Team gets some rest, and we get some rest emotionally. What's up, fans? It is Wednesday, which means it's picks, and again, my father's not here. He is in West Virginia. If you're from West Virginia, comment below. He's in West Virginia. He's doing overnighter. Like I've told you before, he's a truck driver. Sometimes he has to stay places, so he sent me his picks. He's only 6 games behind me in picks, and 5 of the picks this week, we're choosing different teams. So if he wins all of his picks and I lose my picks when we're picking opposite, he'll be 1 game behind me. So it's getting very interesting. But before I get into our picks and before I tell you who we are picking to win to lose and all that shiznit, there's some news and notes for the Dolphins. They're on their bye. Thank the Lord in heaven. I would have liked them to go into their bye, 1, without any more injuries. That didn't happen. 2, with a victory. That didn't happen. News and notes. 1, they cut Cameron Malvoy. If I said his name wrong, it's a weird name. Alright? They cut him. Why did they cut him? For 1, they're probably just going to put him back on the practice squad. 2, they need roster spots, and that's because of the injury to, I gotta sneeze. The injury to Jakeem Grant and Devontae Parker. You know, Jakeem Grant, his Achilles injury, no surgery, thank God. Devontae Parker, Bubbles Rat McGee, I think he dislocated his shoulder, they're saying, or there's some type of shoulder injury to him. No surgery, but at this point, I don't give a shit. If you remember after the Texans game, there was the whole thing of like, trade deadline's coming up, what should we do with Devontae Parker? And I was like, trade him. His stock was the highest he could possibly be. Had a great game against the Texans. We should have shipped his ass out. We should have brought in Demaryius Thomas, like I said. But, hey, I'm just Doug. And I'm a big idiot. That happened. Again, like I said, no surgery for those guys, so that's good. Especially Jakeem. He's really stepping up. The whole week, from Sunday, I think, to Sunday, Gase is like, they're getting the whole week off. The whole entire week off, rest up, which we need because goddamn were they banged up. Like this Packers game, they got their asses beat, you know, just physically just deteriorating. So they got the whole entire week off. But Ryan Tannehill was throwing. In his press conference on Monday, he said that Ryan Tannehill is throwing and he's starting to go into the procedure and into the mode of seeing what his shoulder can do. It's this one. Why do I keep touching this one when it's this one? See what his shoulder could do. So he started throwing. He's not throwing rockets. He's not throwing 60-yard bombs, but he is throwing the football. No pain from what I'm hearing. No discomfort. So that's good. Slow and steady. Let's bring him back. And then, God, please, let's have him for the Colts game. I was having a great conversation with a bunch of you guys about the Brock Osweiler versus Ryan Tannehill debate. And a lot of you guys were like, they both suck. They do. They both suck. I don't think that Ryan Tannehill should be on the team next year, and Brock Osweiler should stop playing football because he's hot garbage. I have a thing that I want to do when it comes to the offseason, but that's something that we can wait on when it comes to the quarterback situation. But I don't like either quarterback, but right now, the one that will get us the most wins is Ryan Tannehill. But a lot of you guys are like, well, win for what? And I just like watching my team win. So, but that's the tidbits that's going on with the Dolphins right now. Some moves. Lots of rest and throwing. Let's get into the picks, right? Let's get into these picks. So tomorrow, you got the Green Bay Packers going to Seattle to face the Seahawks. My dad is taking the Green Bay Packers. I guess he likes what he saw with that beating that we took from this team. The run defense on the Packers makes me iffy. And I think this is going to be a really good game. I think this will be a close game, but I'm picking the Seahawks in this one. This is the first difference that me and my dad have. I just like where the Seahawks are at right now. I like the way they're playing defensively, and I like the way Russell Wilson's playing. So I'm taking the Seahawks, whereas my father's taking the Green Bay Packers. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. They got their asses beat by the Saints, 51-14. It was bad. So my dad is taking the Baltimore Ravens. I'm also taking the Baltimore Ravens. Even if Joe Flacco doesn't play and it's time for their rookie quarterback to step up. I still like the way the Ravens play better than the Bengals play because that was booties. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Bucks going to New York or New Jersey. The New York Giants, but they play in New Jersey. There's a whole history to it. If you want to know, comment below and I'll tell you. My dad is taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm taking the New York Giants. I like what they did Monday night against the 49ers. I like how they're gelling, even though Eli Manning still is kind of playing caca, but he only got sacked once. So that's improvement for you Giant fans. So I'm taking the Giants. I like them at home. I like them against an Bucks team. They're kind of even keeled, you know. So I'm taking the Giants. He's taking the Bucks. And we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Jacksonville. Me and my dad are both taking the Steelers. The Jacksonville defense has fallen off drastically. They were really great at the beginning of the season. All of a sudden they fell off. I still don't like their offense, even though they didn't do too bad last week. But I still like the Steelers to keep doing what they were doing. They demolished the Panthers Thursday night last week, putting up tons of points. So we're both taking the Steelers. Fun note about that: Le'Veon Bell did not sign his franchise tag at 4 o'clock, so he's not playing for the rest of the season. So I tweeted out someone saying that he possibly could land in Miami. Hey, you never know, but I'll talk about that another day. Next, we got the Houston Texans going to Washington to face the Redskins. My dad is taking the Houston Texans, and I'm taking the Washington Redskins because I really like the way Adrian Peterson's playing. I really like the way their defense is playing. Whereas my dad probably likes the same thing for Watson and the same thing for the Texans defense. So we have two different opinions, and that's that on that one. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to Indianapolis to face the Colts. We are both taking the Titans in this one. It probably is because what we saw the Titans do to the Patriots, but we're hoping they don't get too big for their britches and they think, well, we beat the Patriots pretty bad, so we could take on anyone and then lay an egg against the Colts. Even though I'd like them to beat, I like the Colts to win, just so they're like on that high horse, and then when we come into town, we can take a win out of them. But I like the way the Titans defense and Mariota's playing versus the really non-existent defense of the Colts. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers going up to the Lions, who got beat last week by the Bears. Me and my dad are both taking the Carolina Panthers with this one. We'd like to see them bounce back from that beat by the Steelers. It was a pretty bad beat. And the Lions have fallen off. I don't think they've won a game since they played us, which says something about the Miami Dolphins. Why not too good? Next, we have the Denver Broncos going to LA to face the Chargers. We're both taking the Chargers. Chargers are playing really hot right now. They haven't really been playing a hard team. Their record right now is 7-2, but I don't think they've really played a hard team to push them. But again, it's another week of playing an inferior team, so we're both taking the Chargers. We both like Phillip Rivers, and we both like the way this offense and this defense is playing. Their rookie safety is playing really well. Can't really compare him to Mika because Mika is not only playing safety, he's playing slot and all that other jazz, but he is ranked pretty high. That's subject for another day. Then we have this game. It's a game. We have the Oakland Raiders traveling to Arizona to face the Cardinals. Oakland Raiders have only won 1 game all year. The Cardinals have won 2 games all year. This one is just, I sat here and I really debated this one for a hot minute because they both kind of suck. My dad's taking the Cardinals because he probably just thinks that the Raiders suck more. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one because they've only had 1 win and some of their losses have been really close. So I think they pull this one out against a team that is just, again, bad. If the Raiders keep going on the trend they're going to have the first overall pick. And if a lot of you guys have been asking me, is there a chance for the Dolphins to get Derek Carr? And if their trend keeps going, Gruden's going to want his own quarterback. They'll have the first overall pick. He can get his own quarterback and then essentially take Derek Carr and either cut him or trade him. And that's how the Dolphins can get Derek Carr if they want him. At the Eagles going to New Orleans. This one is just, we're both taking the Saints. This Saints team is just red hot right now with the offense rolling, with the defense rolling, and the Eagles are falling off. They're falling into that trap of the Super Bowl winners kind of crapping it out the next year. Then the Sunday night game is the Minnesota Vikings going to Chicago to face the Bears. And my dad is taking the Bears. I'm taking the Vikings. I can see why my dad would take the Bears. This is also another very good game. Whereas the Bears have been, Trubisky's playing really great. The offense is gelling. The defense is gelling. Khalil Mack is back to his old ways. But I'm really liking Minnesota. I'm really liking Minnesota's defense. Kirk Cousins, Stephon Diggs, Delvin Cook. Like, they're all just really gelling and really playing well. I think this will be a really great game to watch, but I'm going to be taking the Vikings. My dad's taking the Bears. And finally, we got the Monday night game. Now, normally when it comes to these seasons, Monday night games are poop. They normally just throw these two teams on Monday night and like, whereas the Sunday night games are like the hot games, the games everyone want to watch. Like this week, last week, you know, those are the good games. The week before was Patriots and Packers, you know, so there's always those good games. Whereas this week, actually, the Monday night game is a really good game. It's the Chiefs going to LA to face the Rams. This game was supposed to be in Mexico, but this field is just complete shit. So I think they're moving that game as well. They're moving it. So with this game, I had a very hard time picking this game. Now, on the one hand, the Rams are 9-1. Chiefs are 9-1. The Rams defense is playing great. Their offense is playing great. Cooper Kupp is, I think, injured. I think he's out for the year. Don't know 100%. You can let me know below what it specifically is. I know he's injured. I know he's not going to be playing, but I don't know if he's out for the year. But their defense is playing great. You know, Gurley's playing great. It's just a well-rounded, great team. This is a team that every Dolphin fan would like. A defense that plays fantastic and an offense that constantly scores. Can't have anything better. But then you have the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, who's lighting it up. With, you know, Kareem Hunt and, you know, all these great guys on the Chiefs. The defense is okay. Still gives up a lot of points, but then your offense is still so great that they can make up that deficit that sometimes you give up. So with this game, it'd be hard. My dad's taking the Rams. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I just like Patrick Mahomes to do something against this Rams defense. But that's the picks. Dolphins aren't playing this week, so I don't give you my whole spiel at the end about who we're taking when it comes to the Dolphins and whoever else, because obviously I'm going to pick the Dolphins regardless of who they play. So that's the picks. Comment below. Let me know your guys' picks. Speaking of comments, let's get to your comment of the day. It comes from Adam King. And he says, this was for the Packers-Dolphins post-game. And he says, David Fales would be better, but because Gase has coached Osweiler in the past, he's going to play him instead. Stupid. I know. I agree, but I disagree. David Fales would have been better, I feel. Just from the last 2 weeks, it's just been really bad. But a lot of people have been asking, why haven't we put David Fales in? We should have put David Fales in. The first 2 games that Brock played, which was against the Bears and then against the Lions, he didn't play bad. But I feel like that had a lot to do with the play calls and the situation that M. Gase put him in. Then the Texans game, the Jets game were bad. And then the Packers game last week was good. He was marching us down the field, but he was just bad. He was just scared all the time, taking sacks, throwing bad passes, passes behind. There was a touchdown I've showed you guys where he overthrew Parker. There was another touchdown where Parker was going on a crossing route that he threw behind Parker. It was just a ton of bad passes. But for you to all of a sudden take David Fales and throw him into the game where he's been playing with the backups would kind of mess with it. But I still agree. We should have put David Fales in. I don't care. We needed at some point some type of spark, especially in the game against the Packers, because the defense at one point had us within 2 at halftime. So like we needed some type of spark. If Ryan Tannehill can't go next week against the Colts, I think they should put David Fales in. What does it hurt? Because Brock Osweiler isn't doing shit. But thank you for the comment. Like usual, comment below. I got a ton of things planned. Next video I'm just literally breaking down where the team's at, where the team needs to go in the future for the bye. But then after that, I'm doing a Q&A video. So you can start asking questions below now, or follow me on Twitter and ask me questions there. But I'm doing a Q&A video, so you can ask me Dolphin questions. You can ask me any question, like what's my favorite color, and I'll tell you that it's red hot pink. It's not hot pink. But anyway, you comment, ask me below, or go to my Twitter. Follow my second channel, The Bit Boys. We play video games every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We've been playing a ton of cool games. We're getting ready for Christmas. So we got some Christmas themed games we want to play. If you guys know of any Christmas themed games, comment them below here, or go to the channel, subscribe if you're not subscribed already and you like that stuff, comment over there. Give this video a thumbs up because it's the bye week and we don't have to be tortured by this team. We get to watch football. I do love to watch my team play regardless of if they're winning or losing. Obviously I prefer winning, but I still like to watch my team play, so it's going to suck with this bye week because I like watching the Dolphins play. I'm a Dolphins fan through and through. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up because the team's getting healthy and hopefully we win at least 3 more games. I'd be happy winning 3 more games. I know no one's happy at 8-8, but I'll be happy with 3 more wins. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I do this every Wednesday, and then I do the pre and post and all this fun stuff with football. I'm going to be doing a lot of other stuff in the off season on this channel, so subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And other than that, I will see you guys on Thursday with my bye week Dolphins video. I haven't named it yet in my brain, but there will be one. So like usual, stay classy. Fans up. Fans! So yeah, the Miami Dolphins lost to the Packers. A whopping 31-12. 4 field goals. 4 field goals on offense. I'm going to break down some things, and then I'm going to break down and cry. The defense played...